On a more uplifting note, you may not have realized that this is National Assistant Principals Week. Please stand if you're an assistant principal. Retaining talented employees is an industry-wide challenge, whether it's school teachers or school leaders, and a little appreciation goes a long way. Our human resources team started recruiting efforts in the fall of last year, and they have not stopped. In fact, a group just returned from Iowa, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. We still have 60 teaching positions to fill for next year. Some contracts and letters of intent have been issued for some of those, but staffing schools these days in states that are lagging in public funding is no easy task. And this is the height of the recruiting season, so there's still time to close that number. And if you know people who are interested, we're a great place to work. We're seeing some unintended consequence in our recruiting efforts from the activities of the Red for Ed movement. Media all over the country have been reporting news and have brought to light the national teacher crisis, but it's including some of the most outrageous working conditions and the potential of a teacher strike in Arizona. Now, I've met with our Arizona Education United team, and I've been pleased with their constructive direction thus far. But balancing advocacy and other responsibilities is tricky business, and right now, what we're doing is hurting our recruiting efforts. Potential teacher hires in our district enjoy the opportunity to choose a school with a focus related to their preference and strengths, which in turn should help us attract and retain teaching staff. Our facilities are well maintained, and we've managed even to buy a few new books in the last year or two. There is no underestimating the importance of a strong, happy, highly qualified teaching staff in our classrooms. But we need people to apply. If recruitment doesn't improve, we'll need to come back to the board to discuss increases to class size across all grades. As of this week, 7 out of 8 students have declared their choice of schools for next year. The vast majority of our families are placed in the school of their preference. The district students get an early start in preparing for their future with the opportunity to grow in fields they love, whether it's interest in health science, engineering, technology, their artistic endeavors, social sciences, or leadership skills. There is a place for them in our schools. Innovative classroom projects are supported by the district by Westside Impact Collaborative and by our own Littleton Education Foundation. The foundation held another successful Bowl Like a Fool event at the end of March, and this time it was at the main event here in Avondale, and so there was a record number of teaching and district staff in attendance. We had many teams bowling, lots of smiles, good camaraderie were evident, as the event provided a great opportunity for staff to socialize with each other. And want to thank you, President Rader, Mr. Nielsen, Dr. Ramos, Ms. Grace, for attending and supporting that fundraiser. A lot has happened in our schools since my last report. Read for America activities were held across all the campuses, literacy parades, book fairs, searches for one thing and thing two, door decorating contests, family nights. Some of the learning activities held in honor of Read for America Day. At Tres Rios, students also participated in the Got Caught Reading Challenge, where bus drivers, cafeteria staff, teachers, office staff, administrators spotting kids reading were awarded a $5 gift card to the book fair. Wow. Our schools also featured guest readers who enjoyed the opportunity to interact with students and highlight the importance of reading. Members of the Avondale Police Department teamed up with United Way to read books to kindergarten and first grade students. Quentin STEM Health Sciences Academy and United Way donated a book to each child and a classroom set of books to their teachers. Kids at Hope Destination Nights were hosted recently as well at Collier. Students paired with their buddy classrooms to clean up the school and then built community by pairing up and reading their favorite books. At Tres Rios, students wrote a letter to their teacher, who is their ace, and signed a poster with the name of their ace. Estrella Vista held their annual can construction event, and the structures they built out of cans were put on display their students this spring. 2,238 pounds of canned food were donated to St. Mary's Food Bank. At Fine Arts Academy and Littleton Elementary, students donated clothing items to local clothes and food banks. At Country Place, students created artwork, donated to Phoenix Children's Hospital. Quinton students gave back their community through a Jump Rope for Heart event that raised $500 for the American Heart Association, and for community service, students worked with their shark buddies to clean up school and surrounding area. The Country Place Leadership Academy 2018 Career Day at the end of March featured distinguished guests such as the Honorable Anna Tovar from the City Tolleson Mayor, Senators Lupe Contreras, an Underdown grad, and Martin Casada, both senators in Arizona, with Representative Diego Espinosa, also Representative Councilman Lorenzo Sierra, and Javier Ramos, who's a Gila River lawyer and another Underdown grad, 2 Tolleson Union board members, among other professionals. We want to thank them, the National Junior Honor Society members and candidates, and their advisor, Ms. Roberta Garcia, for hosting everybody. Students across all grades worked collaboratively to answer problem-solving tasks, math trivia questions at our recent district math challenge. In grades 3 and 4, first place went to Littleton Elementary, second place to Estrella Vista, and third was a tie between Quinton and Country Place. For grades 5 and 6, first place was won by Quinton, second by Littleton, and third place by Estrella Vista. For 7th and 8th grades, first place was won by Country Place, second place Littleton Elementary, and third place went to Estrella Vista. So again, we want to offer our congratulations to all the participating students. First place teams now move on to the Regional Math Challenge May 3rd. Softball and baseball season's underway. Students are having fun and getting ready for the playoff season. It's fun to catch a game, so come on out and cheer on our athletes. In closing, I want to express our appreciation to Allison Johnson, Chase Building Team, for their donations for our recognition program, and to the Estrella Vista PTA for generous support of 4th grade field trip. That's all I have this evening, Mr. President.